Oh yeah, how's it going everyone? Marriland here, and that's right. It is indeed time for another weekly stream where I just kind of talk in front of a camera, talk about what's been going on in my week, and then we do some questions and answers at the end. But this is also a special week because it is the end of the month, and that means we get the monthly supporter wall too, to say thanks to everyone that has helped support this month, as far as being either a patron over on Patreon or a YouTube member. Either do help, so we'll get to that in just a little bit. But first, let's kind of go over some of the things for the week. There's not much that I really, can talk about or need to or whatever. Like, the big news last week was Kadoodle.tv, which is really cool. So that's kind of neat. Again, like I said, that doesn't really affect YouTube as much, but it does seem like a really good match for my content. So that's a thing. And then, let's see, what else to mention here. So, can't talk about it just yet, but I will say my friends at Pokemon, oh man. Oh man, exciting stuff coming, so that's pretty cool. Looking forward to that. But yeah, I can't do much with that right away, but that's really neat. And then, I guess we'll go to another interesting topic. So this is in regards to the website. I've been, working on the website for a while. It's something that I've put in a lot of time, and I have the big update right around the corner. Like, especially with all this stuff out of the way now, should be good. But something I've been working on over the past week or so actually is getting someone on board to help. Someone reached out to me like a week or so ago, a week and a half ago, and really cool. He was watching the streams and heard me talking about the website and stuff, so that's awesome. And he's like a third-year computer science college student, which is just like amazing. Like, I'm a self-taught programmer. I never learned the right way, but I made stuff. Like, I learned what I could, even if it isn't the right way, and I made stuff, and that's really neat. So it'll be really cool to have someone that hasn't made stuff and wants to, but has a lot of knowledge. So that's gonna be neat. So I had to kind of like think about it, there's a lot of just logistical things and just a lot of like, how will this work? And, wanting to make sure it's a good decision for him because he sounds super bright. And it's like, why spend your summer working for me? Or not working for, but, working with me on this. Probably get like an internship at like Google or something. Like, it's crazy. So that's really cool. I'm not gonna like name names because I don't know how cool he is with that, but if you're tuning in, hey, looking forward to working with you. But it's really wild for me. Like, it's a really interesting experience, and that'll really be the push I need. He's excited to work on a lot of different tools and stuff, and that's super cool. Like, there's some really neat ideas that I have for the team builder that he seems like he'll be able to implement. Like, I mean, I can share them. It's my site. So, like, one thing I was thinking, once I get the team builder updated, I want to have some method for suggestions, like smart suggestions. So let's say you're building your team, and then, let's say you have 2 Pokemon that are weak to fire. Then, like, over on the side, it'll say, or wherever, it'll say, hey, what kind of Pokemon from this list do you think would be good? Here's some recommendations, just like, it's stuff that I might be able to figure out a little bit, but, I don't know for sure, but like, sounds like he's very familiar with like kind of algorithms and stuff like that, so that'll be really cool. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm a little nervous. Actually, I'm a lot nervous because, I feel like I'm responsible. And that's a good thing because I want to be responsible. And, I've needed kind of a push for the website. I've been trying to juggle so much stuff But really having that be the thing that I focus on for the summer is going to be really nice. So yeah, that's cool. It's kind of exciting. So yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the Ampharos report. I don't have a lot of updates done on the week because a lot of it was trying to, just kind of get this all figured out. But and also get videos, the Diamond Adventure. The good news is I have up to part 97 scheduled, so I'm good until like near the end of May, which is great. And I think I have like 3 more episodes to record, I think, and then it's done. It's done, which is great. Like, it's really neat to have that kind of brought back. But yeah, let's move on to the Ampharos report over here, which is just kind of a status update over on the website. We call it the Ampharos report because it's kind of a running gag where I was showing it off and people wanted to see, just a Pokemon. I was like, hey, let me know a Pokemon and we'll look it up. So, they suggested Ampharos. And if I scroll down here, for the longest time, for whatever reason, it was probably a copy and paste thing, but it said it like Flaffy evolved at level 27. I'm like, wait, what? It was fine up here, but so like the running gag was we'd always just check Ampharos's page to see if I finally updated it, and I didn't for a while, but then I did. I fixed it a little bit ago, but we still use that as a thing. So nothing else has really changed on the internal page. And this part is nearly done, which is great. I think the main things I need to add, I'd like to have it so if you click this, it like, I don't know, pops up a thing. In fact, you can kind of see it. Let me go to its Gen 6 entry here. Because you can see it has a, actually, this wouldn't be a good example, would it? Yeah, that'll just link you to it. Let's go to... Let's link with a cosmetic. Let's just do Charizard, alright? So something like this, where it pops up, just in case you want to see, like, a larger image. I think that'd be good. So, I mean, there's not much that needs to be updated here. Eventually, I'm gonna need support for older level up moves and stuff, as well as older locations for the Legacy mode of the Pokedex. But other than that, it's pretty solid, which is great. But what needs some fixing, this is what I've been stumped with, and I'm still stumped. So I have a CSS Debugger thingy in Firefox open right now. These aren't meant to be yellow and orange, but they're very good for highlighting, like, here's what it is. So here's the issue. I did get this working, and something kind of cool with this. Let me just copy the CSS changes. I think I can save it, but I'm probably gonna end up refreshing this. So the issue right now is these. These are like pagination buttons. So you scroll down here, you click one, it takes you back to the top of the page, like it smartly scrolls you up there. If you just do it here, like that's cool. It's way better than having a gigantic list. You can, of course, override this if you want. You can't see the drop-down menu, but there is an option for all. And then these buttons here, let me get rid of the debug stuff. So you can toggle it, ideally, between abilities and base stats. So that's cool. That's really neat. And also, if you click any of these, like, it shows that properly, which is great. But the problem is this. Like, I want all of this stuff to look nice. And have it, here, I'll zoom in a little bit. Like, I want it to look nice. And I just don't know where to put it. Like, how to arrange it properly. Like, do I put the pagination? In fact, let's go back to 25 here. So see, there's like 9 pages here. Do I want this whole thing, like, on the right? Like, I think as far as CSS styling right now, it's floating right. But it's kind of battling with this, which is also floating right. So it's just a matter of like, how do I get all of these 4 kind of areas? How do I get this to look nice? To have it all arranged and just be good. It's strictly a user interface issue. It's not like the functionality is missing, but I've just been racking my brain over that. So I still don't know. one nice thing that I did fix, I do have this table loading with my new Marriland.local alias for my development server, which is cool. Because it wasn't loading before, and I got that fixed, which is nice. So I can just use that. You can't connect there yourself. And then another thing I fixed, this is kind of a small detail. Let's refresh here. So it will, it now will, like, you can kind of see it. It says loading the Pokedex table. Like, previously it didn't have that, but now there is a little bit of loading there. If for whatever reason you don't have JavaScript enabled, it will also say, hey, you need to enable JavaScript, because this whole library here uses it, which, yeah, that's fine. But this wasn't done before, and this just, by default, it will be on the Galar Pokedex, but this wasn't highlighted by default. So I did add that so it's highlighted by default, which is nice. You can switch to national mode if you want. This will show all of the Pokemon, even if they're not available, and then ideally it will just show, like, the most recent version. Like, if I click Mega Charizard Y, sure, it's not available in Gen 8, but, you know, it'll still show, well, I think because there's Charizard right now, I have it programmed that it pulls Charizard's moves. But let's take like Beedrill, for instance. You know, I'll have it so you can click it and you can see Beedrill's stats. Like, you don't need to go to a Gen 8 Pokedex, but it just will say, hey, it's not in Sword and Shield. But then once I get the multi-generational stuff up and running, it'll be just fine. It'll let you see the moves and stuff, and it'll use the most recent one and just put like a note here, like probably even this note. But I don't have that yet. But it's fine. That's not too bad, all things considered. Oops. On the wrong window. There we go. Okay, so yeah, that's kind of what I have going on right now for the Ampharos report. Updates on the site. Still have a bit to go. I'm going to make an actual update soon because Pokemon Snap, new Pokemon Snap is coming out really soon, which is great. I'm looking forward to that. I'm not planning on doing videos for it. I mean, I might down the line, but, you know, don't, just so y'all know, you know, don't be expecting like day one videos. I'm sure plenty of people will be making them. I need to figure out what I'm gonna do for, you know, coverage on it, if anything, on the site. It's kind of weird, but I know eventually I'll do written coverage at the very least. I just don't really know how, and I don't know if that's what I want to focus on right now. Like, my main goal is to get that Pokedex done. Once I get that done, everything else just opens up, and it's gonna be super cool, you know, being able to work on some tools with someone who really knows what they're doing over the summer. So that'll be great. I have a big inspiration for this this summer. Like, it'll be really cool. I want to get a lot done. It'll be wonderful. Okay, so that's actually it. That's all I really have for kind of updates. You know, Diamond Adventure I have up to part 97 scheduled, so that's cool. And then some updates on the site. There should be a lot more because I have a lot out of the way, like a lot of my responsibilities and stuff, a lot of things I needed to do. So I can focus a lot more on that, which is great. I really needed that. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the Q&A section. I know we're kind of rushing right along here, but like I said, I didn't really have that much. So, let me load that up really fast here. Okay, so, let's go ahead and answer these, and then I will take questions from the chat. But until then, I'm just going to be answering these three first, and then you all have your turn. Alright, so, from Otomachi Una, we have, hey there, Devin. What was a show/game/movie that made you tear up or even weep? P.S. Finally finished Anohana PG-13, and I gotta say, I haven't cried like that from a show in almost 2 years. Oh, wow. So, let me think here. I did read this probably 2 days ago, and I was giving it a little bit of thought, and I think I can list one of each. I think. So for show, it's kind of silly, but a friend of mine way back when I used to go to local Pokemon trading card game league, he told me about this, it's actually like a Japanese kind of live drama thing. I mean, not live, but like, not a cartoon, not anime, but like a J-drama. And it was called Densha Otoko. And it's basically about like this Japanese nerd guy that saves a really beautiful like model on a train. Because Densha Otoko means train man in Japanese. And he's like the super nerd and she's like beautiful. And, you know, they end up like, I don't know, he wants to, like, he thinks he's never gonna, you know, fall in love or anything, and he ends up communicating on this Japanese message board, and, like, it's so fascinating, because, you know, you get him, like, telling the story, like, typing it out, and you see all these other people from around Japan, and even the world kind of chiming in and everything, which, it was really neat. Like, it's hard to explain, and it's kind of old. I think it was, like, in 2005. But I love it. And, like, just how it all progressed and just the ending. I remember at the very end, I was, like, super teary. It was like, oh, man. I love it. So, it's and it's based on a true story, too, which is really wild. But, yeah, that's probably the show I can think of that made me tear up. I'll get to game in a moment because I'm not actually sure. I know there's a few, but movie. Here's another wild one. This one will... It will be like, what? Because it makes no sense. But I noticed it triggered an extremely strong emotional response to me. So, it's actually a Garfield movie. Had me bawling. I mean, I was just crying my eyes out. And it seems so weird. So it's called Garfield His 9 Lives. And the concept of it is, it's like 9 separate little shorts of, you know, Garfield the cat, like his 9 lives and stuff like that. And, you know, they're all done kind of differently. Like, the first one was like Cave Cat. You know, he's like, you know, a caveman, and it's like super basic. And then there's one of him like, you know, as a Pharaoh's cat and everything. And, you know, and then there's a few of them that have very different styles too. Like, they're not all your same Garfield art style. They are quite different, and that's kind of interesting, really. It's a great series, or a great little like movie, if you will. But one in particular, I always refer to it as Live 6 because I think of them in like numbers and stuff. And Live 6 was like, it wasn't really Garfield. If you really think about it, it doesn't make sense why it's there, but it's about this girl and her cat. She got this cat, this little white cat, like a kitten. She got the cat, oh, what was its name? It was a girl even too, which was wild. So Garfield was a girl in a past life. But the wild thing is, it was about this piano. Like, she started off, or the girl started off as just a young girl learning how to play piano, and she was terrible at it at first. But this cat, Diana, that's who the cat's name was. That's Garfield in a previous life. Diana would be on, you know, her lap or by the piano, and whenever she missed like a note, Diana would get really like upset and like meow. And then you know, years go by, and you know, she gets better at playing piano, and then, you know, she moves away to college and everything, and poor Diana was sad. And then she comes back, and like, I'm getting emotional even just thinking about it. So she comes back, and, you know, she has, like, a family and stuff. and a kid, and she's with Diana, who's, you know, not the most thrilled with the kid, but she'll put up with the little baby. And then there's one night where she's just playing the piano, just going to town, like, oh man. And it's just, it's so emotional because, like, you know, the cat, Diana, was getting old, and, you know, after that night, she just quietly passed away. And the weird thing is, sorry, I'm tearing up. So it's weird because after I moved out, before I moved out, I had a white cat, and I adored her. Like, I love this cat so much. Her name was Snowy. She was such a sweet cat. She started off super mischievous and just an imp, but then she grew to just be extremely affectionate and just love me. She was so smart. She had heterochromatic eyes, so they were like 2 different color eyes, which was really neat. And I had moved out when she was like 18, maybe. Like, she wasn't dying or anything, but, you know, I moved out then. And she ended up passing away, like, I don't know, a year later or so. And I was really sad, but it didn't really hit me. And then I had a Netflix, like, disc subscription. And I saw that, and I remember watching that when I was a kid. And oh man, I got to that part, and I just lost it. I just lost it for like 20 plus minutes. I was just bawling my eyes out. And it was a good release. It was a good release. I mean, I needed that. It's not like I was, you know, sad, but it was like an emotion. It's like that memory of that show, I remembered it from when I was a kid, and then like just kind of re-experiencing it, and then just thinking of her with that, it was like, wow. So it's strange. It's like, you know, it's one of those things that shouldn't really trigger any strong emotion. It's a Garfield cartoon, but it did, and it still does. And even just talking about it, I get really teary. So it's a weird answer, but yeah, I strongly recommend it. If ever you can watch it somewhere, it's Garfield, His 9 Lives, and you probably won't cry like I did. I think it's really more of like a subconscious kind of childhood memory kind of thing, but it's definitely one of those that I get very emotional about. And it's really, like, particularly that Life 6, it's very sweet. Very sweet. And yeah, she just passed away due to old age, I think. I mean, she was 19 when she passed away, so she did live a nice long life. It's not like there was, you know, anything drastically wrong. But, you know, everyone has their time. So yeah, as for a game, I really don't know. I mean, I guess one I can think of, Undertale. It's pacifist ending definitely brought a few tears to my eyes, because I played it blind. Like, I didn't know what was going on. You know, so just when some of the plot stuff hit, it's like, oh man. All right. So there we go. All right. So Shripa asking, besides Pokemon, what are some other game series / franchises that you love / enjoy playing? Well, I really like the Dragon Quest series, especially Dragon Quest Monsters. I love that series. Like, it's one of my favorites. Also, Neil, just for the record, I'll do public Q&As in just a moment, but we're going through all of the Ask in Advance questions first. I'll let everyone know when I'll take questions from the chat. Until then, just kind of chill so you can hear my answers to some of these questions that are on the screen. But if you or anyone else has questions, just keep in mind, I'm not trying to ignore you. That's just how these streams go. Okay, anyway. So yeah, I really like the Dragon Quest series. It's definitely one of my favorites. Even though I haven't beaten a lot of the newer ones, they're pretty long. But I want to, and I love the Dragon Quest Monster series, or especially Dragon Warrior Monsters from back in the day when it was called that, like the Game Boy Color ones. They were really great. And then, what else? Like, I like that series a lot. Like some of the Final Fantasies, although not so much the newer ones. I really like anything in the Panel to Pond series, aka like Tetris Attack or Puzzle League or whatever. You know, I love that. Kind of like some Civilization. I started with 1 on the SNES, actually. Yeah, those are some of the ones I can think of. At least as far as, actually, let me just see. Let me check, like, my Steam library really fast. I guess, kinda Elder Scrolls. I've only played 4 and 5, so... Trying to see if there's any other, like, series I really like. Like, there's probably something I'm forgetting. I mean, obviously, Pokemon is excluded there. Like, I'm trying to think if there's a game that it's like, oh yeah, every time the new one's out, I gotta get it. Which is weird, there's not really that many that I'm like that. Just interesting. Yeah, I don't really see anything, at least on my Steam list. I guess maybe Binding of Isaac? I've played a bit of that, although I still haven't played a lot of the newer ones, so I don't know. Yeah, Neil, like I just got done saying, I'm answering these questions that you see on the screen first. If you have any questions you'd like to ask, wait until I get to the point where you see this big screen and I tell everyone watching, hey, now's the chance for you to ask questions, and I'll give answers. But until then, this is your second time you've been told that. So please just respect it, and I'll get to questions eventually. But again, we're answering the questions that are on the screen. You can read the description of this video too, and that has some of the rules of the chat and of the stream if you'd like to know that. How do I know the name? Because that's the name that it shows in the chat. That's what it says. There's a chat with other people chatting along that you're typing in. So I just read whatever the name says before the message. Alright. Anyway, let's move along here. So we got a new question here from Ariane Gerard. Hopefully I got that right, saying, hey Devin, I'm finally getting around to catching up on your videos. It's such a hit to the nostalgia that you're uploading Diamond of all things, lol. I'll admit at first I thought it was a big April Fool's Day joke. So here's my question for you. Is there a point where you thought of leaving the Diamond postgame as an April Fool's joke, but like your yellow LP, the demand was just so high you kept it going? P.S. Currently watching your most recent Q&A. Congrats on the partnership. Well, thank you. So, yeah, with the Diamond Adventure postgame, that is different from Yellow. With Yellow, I honestly didn't think people would receive it that well because it was an older game. And I mean, you know, this was back in like 2009. YouTube itself didn't have like a lot of gaming content, so I didn't really figure there was an interest in nostalgia. I was proven wrong, so I continued that despite it all. But with the Diamond postgame, going into it, I knew this would be a series. Like, I would not do that to people with something so important to a lot of people's childhoods. So that was why, in about the middle of March, maybe like second week or so, you know, I really, because originally my plan wasn't to do anything for April Fool's Day, but people just went crazy during like one of the streams. I mean, they were just sending like the super chats and like the memberships like left and right. It's not like I was asking, but it was like, I just really wanted to do something like to give back. Like it was really inspirational. And you know, I know it's not solely about that, but it was just like, hey, what can I do? What can I do to give back and do something with? And that motivated me to do it, especially with, you know, the remakes being announced too. So it wasn't so much that I was ever thinking it would just be a teaser. I knew in my mind that, hey, I want to do this. I want to commit to it. I want to make it an April Fool's Day joke. But if there's one thing you should know about Marriland April Fool's Day videos, if you see a video made by Marriland on April 1st, if it doesn't say April Fools in it, it's probably a joke on you that it will continue. I love the double whammy where I toy with your emotions and then I end up doing it anyway. But there are some that I, like for instance, I did fan game as just like a Nuzlocke for Pokemon because I never do those, and at the end of the video I did say, yeah, April Fools, and ended it there. And yeah, that's not even up anymore. But another example is the the Pokemon X Wedlock started as an April Fool's Day joke, but I had already known that I was going to continue it anyway. So some of them I commit to it. I love starting series on April 1st just because people don't know if it's going to be real or if it's going to be fake. But there are some that I've done that it's like, a lot more. Like, I know I did one for the Black Wedlock that was like, oops, I uploaded a corrupted video and it sounded like I got completely wiped. Whereas I didn't really, but I don't know. That one I don't really, like, in hindsight, that was pretty bad. But as a general rule, if I'm going to start something like that, especially if it's something like, something like the Diamond Adventure post-game, like, yeah, and especially because the other thing, too, with that series, it required a lot of footage for that trailer that I posted for April Fool's Day that it was returning. Like, that alone took a ton because I knew I wanted, convincing scenes. I didn't just want the camera to zoom in or whatever. I wanted convincing scenes. So already I had to record so much of it anyway because I really wanted to get to Heatran. So, that being said, it was kind of a shoo-in. Like, that's why I said I have up to part 97 edited, rendered, uploaded, and scheduled. I still need to record, like, probably 3 more episodes after that, but, that wasn't what I needed for the footage, but I needed all the rest of the footage. I needed, like, legendaries and stuff like that, so, yeah, I had a lot of that. Alright, so that is the Ask in Advance questions. Again, thank you so much for asking those. I didn't post one to Patreon this week because we haven't had any questions asked there lately. So again, if that's something you're interested in, by all means, go post on an older one. Maybe I'll just post it there like every month so I'm not spamming your emails or whatever. But yeah. 97, I thought you said 96, so 98's, or when's 98 coming out? 98's coming out after 97's coming out. Wow. Okay, so next up, let's go ahead and go through the monthly supporter wall, because I actually got that done before the stream. Last month, we had the issue of, where I was, like, so behind with stuff. I was juggling so much, so we did it kind of live on stream. But we should be good to go for this month. So let's go ahead and say thank you to the people who help support the streams and the channel. So, I got this all fixed now. And I need to offer a correction, because last month, Atomachi Una 497 snuck up there, and that's sneaky. So, yeah, no, I got that fixed. I'm really sorry about that. So anyway, huge thank you to this month's Shiny Big Service members over on YouTube, as well as the Pearl supporter tier over on Patreon. So for the Shiny Big Service tier, we have Lufia, we have Aperture, and we have Mickey Conway. So thank you so much for that support. We also have Otomachi Una 597, not 497, over on Patreon. Thank you so much for the support. Moving on to the $5 a month tier, the big service and gold supporter tiers, we've got Fire Puppo and Crystal Edders over on YouTube with the big service tier. And for the gold supporters over on Patreon, we've got Josh Mitchell, Joshua DP13, and Capricious. Yeah, I think I got that right. I think. I remember I got it right the first time, so hopefully I got it right again. And everyone else supporting that has yet to post on, there's like a post you need to do. You just need to post there. Should be in your welcome packet. If you're confused, reach out. I can make sure it's there. But just over on the Patreon side, I just need to make sure it's like, hey, is it okay if I put your name over here? Because otherwise I won't. But thank you nonetheless. And lastly, we've got everyone here. Thank you so much for your support on both Patreon and YouTube memberships. It really does mean a lot. So thank you so much for that. It's definitely something that helps me able to keep doing these. And that's really cool. You know, it's not, you know, you can still ask questions, which we are going to get to in just a moment. Everyone else can ask questions too. But just little small benefits here and there. Like on the YouTube side, emotes in the chat. And then for either, you can ask in advance, which is what I just spent some time doing. All right, so chat, let's talk. Let's go ahead and answer questions. If you have anything, y'all been so patient. Thank you for that. But yeah, we can move on along to anything you may have. I'm not gonna scroll up to answer any that were there, so please go ahead and ask them again. Alright, so John asking, how did you get into Pokemon? Did you enjoy it at first? Oh, man. So, I got into it before it was even released in North America, or in the US. So, I saw it mentioned in Nintendo Power way back, and it looked so cool. Like, it looked right up my alley. I'm like, oh man, because I loved RPGs as a kid. Like, it was just so cool. And this one just looked neat. It had little health bars and everything. Oh man, I was pumped for it. So, I got the first games on September 30th, 1998. That was when they were available in my area. Because I don't think they actually had, like, countrywide unified release dates. It's weird, because, like, shipping and freight and stuff back then, I always, like, that was the release date to me, but apparently it was the 28th of September, but whatever the case. That was when I got it, and I've been enjoying it ever since. Like, I loved it back then. It was so great. Steven asking, hey, Devin, I've been watching your video since your Arceus video. Are you planning to take down any videos due to room on YouTube? If yes, then please don't take down the Hardcore Wedlock series. Don't worry, I have absolutely zero plans to take down any of my videos that are up right now. Like, that's something that I had to do at risk of having my channel banned due to false DMCA attacks, like completely false, back in like 2011, I think it was. And that stunk. That's why, like, the Arceus video well, actually, technically the Arceus video was removed because YouTube reached out and they're like, hey, do you want to monetize this? Back when that was, like, super rare. I'm like, well, I don't know, do I? So I filled out a little questionnaire and, you know, I said I didn't own all of the rights to it because it's Pokemon. I didn't know if I could say that. So then they decided, oh, well, you don't own all the rights. I guess we're deleting your video with 5 million views. Thanks, YouTube. You rock. Yeah, so technically that wasn't removed for, you know, protecting myself from the false DMCA attacks, but yeah. But as far as, like, you know, removing videos, yeah, there's no limit on storage on YouTube. I mean, you know, I've got over 2,500 videos. I did cut some of the video series, like I unlisted them, so theoretically you might be able to find them, but ones that I have no intention of finishing, that I don't feel are complete, I did unlist those, but technically they're still around. And then there are some that were deleted like before 2012 when I got my YouTube channel and stuff back. So, I'm not re-uploading all of them. I might re-upload the original Arceus video. Like, I've had a few requests for it, and there's no music in it that should be a problem, so I might upload it as like an unlisted video, like I did with the Evolution video. But we'll see. But yeah, I won't take down the Hard Cold Wedlock series unless like YouTube bans me or something. Like, you know, then I can't do anything about it. But I still have the videos, and I could probably post them somewhere else. Will I play the new Pokemon game? Yeah. But I'm not probably going to record Pokemon Snap. At least I don't plan on it initially. Do I have any plans to ever do another Wedlock series? I don't have any plans for it. What Nuzlocke / Wedlock are you most proud of? Probably the Black Wedlock. I really enjoyed all the ad-libbing, all the funny dialogue and stuff. I felt like it was a really compelling series. How many Pokemon games have you been playing? Like all time or recently? Like, I don't understand. Currently, I'm not really playing any. I booted up Pokemon Shield the other day to try to hatch a shiny Alolan Sandshrew, but I didn't have any luck with that. Do I plan on migrating Spaghetti, Burrito, and Quinoa as well from my Emerald Nuzlocke? Probably. So, I'm actually planning on resetting my Emerald copy at some point. The Emerald Nuzlocke one, because I did move Fries, I did move Salad and Almonds off of there. So I'll probably end up migrating them, just probably not, like, necessarily to the Diamond one. Like, my main version of Gen 4 was my Platinum version, so I'll probably just migrate them there. But yeah, I mean, you know, that adventure's done. That's why I felt fine moving them forward. I thought that was a good thing. Do I still play Pokemon even though you're not uploading? Like, I'm uploading every week. I upload twice a week, Pokemon Diamond. So, I don't know, why I don't think I'm uploading. Unless you mean, like, do I play them on the side, like, games I'm not uploading, in which case, every now and then. Like, usually just to hatch stuff. Let's see. Thanks for the words of appreciation, everyone. As I'm scrolling back through the questions, there are a whole bunch. Kenneth asking, on the website, are the Pokemon stats based on from previous Pokemon games or just Gen 8? Right now on the website, they're just Gen 8. Eventually, I'll have it so you can toggle which generation you want to look at, and it will show the stats for that generation. Will I play through the Sinnoh remakes? Yeah, probably. I'm planning on it. I'm not like 100% committing, but when they come out, I think that'll be super nostalgic. I think people will like that. So yeah. Would you finish the Pokemon Soul Silver adventure that was unfinished after the post-game Diamond adventure comes to an end? No, I'm not planning on doing any other old series because those were recorded with a camera. In the case of Soul Silver, I actually recorded up to the Elite Four and beating the game. But the editing process was such a pain back then that it's just not worth it. Same with Platinum. I mean, it's not compelling. Like, I'd have to do post-commentary again. It's irrelevant. Like, it's just not what I'm doing. Do I play Pokemon for fun? Every now and then. It's not like one of my regular, like, if I'm not streaming / recording it, you know, usually I'll do other stuff. But if I'm, like, writing a guide or something, like, I enjoy it. But usually I just hatch eggs and stuff. I like that. Or sometimes, like, I'll play some Dynamax Adventures with friends. My favorite Pokemon game to play in my free time? I don't know. It's weird. Like, I don't really have ones that I play just regularly in my free time. I guess probably Pokemon Shield. Just, to hatch eggs. Like, I like doing stuff like that. Just, like, you know, trying to get cool Pokemon and stuff like that. What video game consoles do I play? Switch, and I technically have a PS4 and PS3, but I don't play them that often. And those are really the main ones I play nowadays. Am I perhaps fond of Digimon? I like Digimon. I actually preferred the Digimon anime in Season 1. Like, it felt more like a story, like more together. It's not like it was a masterpiece or anything, but I don't know. But yeah, I got into Digimon like season 1 and 2. I don't really keep up with it like super regularly, but I did end up, oh man, this is so dumb. So I think I had a Biomon figure last week, and I love this thing. I got it in Australia. I have a Koromon, and I think it's just Koromon, like the little mini version of Agumon. It's over by my TV, I think. But yeah, I got this one and that one back in, like, there are these little boxes that, like blind bags, you know, like you don't know what's inside. I was in Australia and they had some. I'm like, oh, that's so cool. So I bought a few of them, and that's how I got these ones. Like, it even has a little stand for her, which is cool. Yeah. But anyway, I was like, oh man, I wonder if there's any like Digimon posters or calendars or something. Like, I had that itch. So I went on Amazon, and even though I have mixed views on Amazon, they had like a bunch of those blind bag things, like the boxes from set 1, and they weren't like super expensive. So like everything else is nowadays. But I ended up buying like 4 of them. They're supposed to get in Friday. But what was nice about it is it's like there were 8 different possibilities, and I like pretty much all of them. So I felt like it was pretty much a good win regardless. Like, I know, at least as far as the rookie Digimon, because it was just rookies and like training forms or baby forms or whatever they are. But there was Agumon, there was Patamon, Gomamon, and Palmon for the rookies, and I like all 4 of them. So like, if I can get at least 2 or 3, like, I'll be happy with that. I think that'll be good. I hope I don't get like 4 duplicates though, or like all of the little in training Digimon. That made me a little sad. But even at that, like, I don't know, I just kind of wanted something. I haven't really treated myself in a little bit. So yeah, I set up a this is actually kind of funny. So I found an old Pokemon calendar I had from like 2016, I think it was. And I had this project that I want to do sometime, because like I was going to throw it away, but it's like, wait, you know what? The top parts of these actually look really cool. So like I sliced them all up, cut them up, and they're really neat because it's just like nice art. So I ended up getting these little like adhesive sticky things that are for posters, because I had other posters and just I wanted to do this with. So it's like, oh man. So I set all these up like in my hallway, and they look sick. It's like I have all these like nice art, well, not art, but you know, like poster things. Got some of like the starters, some of their mega evolutions, some legendaries. Like, it's a great use for an old calendar. I have one from 2015 too that I want to do a similar thing with. So I'll try to do that sometime. I wish I would have saved some from Sun and Moon. I know I had some, but I think I just threw them away, because why would I need that? But I like Pokemon Black 2 and White 2, yeah. Yeah, they're really good. Am I going to buy both Shining Pearl and Brilliant Diamond? Yeah. Yeah, I always get them both. It's so nice. Like, even though the prices for the games are a lot more nowadays compared to the 3DS, because they're on Switch, for me, it ends up being a lot cheaper, because if I buy one copy, I can use it on multiple profiles. So I literally only need one copy of any given game. Like, I don't need multiple like I did for the 3DS, where I have so many different copies of them. Because, you know, for Nuzlocke or walkthroughs, like, you know, you can't just... There's no real, like, multiple save files or anything. So that stunk, you know? I end up saving money even though it's more. It's wild. But yeah, I'll be getting both of them. Love the Meowstic in the background. Yeah, thanks. I love that guy. I have a female Meowstic plushie too. But I was just kind of in the mood for that boy back there. That friend. I love Meowstic. It's one of my favorite Pokemon. It's so cool. I think I like the design of male Meowstic a little bit better, but I like the attitude of female Meowstic. I wouldn't want to mess with her. Oh man. Would not want to do that. Okay, so any other questions and stuff you want to ask, chat? I can be around for a little bit. Otherwise, if it's just a quiet week, there's nothing wrong with that at all. I hope that I hope it'll be a little bit more interesting, at least as far as like updates on the site goes. Like, I'm super pumped to work on that again. Super pumped. Do I watch any YouTube on my free time? I do. That's actually my main like thing I watch on my TV. Like at the end of the night, I always like to watch some YouTube. And it's kind of like, it's okay. So I've been watching someone play through like every console RPG, and he streams them over on Twitch. And it's really like relaxing because, you know, it's not like, you know, some giant massive channel. It's just like a guy that's super dedicated, and he's just like really chill. And, you know, he'll read the dialogue, which is great. So it's like, I don't even have to play the game. So I kind of like watch that. I'm watching him play Tecmo Secret of the Stars now, which is great. But he's done like 300. Let me I'll plug his channel really fast. It's a guy called Landale. He's up in Canada. And yeah, he's got like so many videos, like 1,298, and they're like hours long, which is crazy. But I've definitely been getting into his stuff there. Check him out tonight. He streams, of course, on Twitch too. And what I like, I just like add a bunch of playlists to my queue of different games because he's got them all organized, and I just go through and be like, hey, what do I feel like watching? Like, I've watched some stuff that I've played before, and I've watched some that like I've never played, like Wizardry. Like, those are some games. Oh man. But yeah, other than that, I watched a few different things here and there on YouTube, but I do watch a fair amount of it. I don't really watch Twitch, and I don't even have Netflix anymore, or Hulu. Or Amazon Prime. I don't have anything. But I do have YouTube Premium, so that's why I watch a lot of that. Let's see. What was your best competitive team, or at least the one you liked the most to use? The classic. Pretty much the one in the untouchable fight. What are other games you into besides Pokemon on your free time? I've been playing some Diablo 3 with a buddy of mine. Been playing with a Witch Doctor build on that on hardcore, and it's been pretty fun. I still love Monster Sanctuary. Like, I want to play through it again, which is crazy because I just played through it. But they just posted the update, the 1.1 update, so that's really nice. Sometimes like Civilization stuff. Minecraft, Terraria, like I always get into those. I see the Friendlock videos that Salty DK Dan did. No, I haven't. I don't know who that is. You should do a Sword and Shield Nuzlocke. Nah. I don't feel like it. Any favorite crazy Pokedex entries? Oh man, I wish I could think of some. There were some that I read that's like, what the heck? But I don't remember them off the top of my head, to be honest. What was my first RPG? I want to say it was Ultima Quest of the Avatar for the NES. And I enjoyed that a lot. Which I watched Landale play through that as well, which was definitely nostalgic. Oh man. Nice, Dimensionalist. Yeah, I'll need to think about more of like the tier lists and stuff. Like that could be cool. Oh, something else that I kind of started looking into again. The Pokemon trading card game online. So that's something like I know I used it like way back, but I never really got into it. And I've got like a billion codes, and I think it could be fun opening up some of them sometime. And you know, like I may have mentioned my my friends at Pokemon. Well, they might be able to hook me up with some TCGO cards, and that could be kind of cool. Either like I might be able to give some away, or I might be able to open some up or something. Like I really don't know, but I might experiment with that over the coming weeks. We'll see. Like it could be really chill. Because I know that's kind of popular nowadays. And, you know, it's like I already open up the boxes, which is fun. But opening up the digital versions could be kind of neat. Especially with everything still kind of locked down a bit. So I don't know, y'all have to let me know about that. But, yeah, they've been really nice lately, I'll just say. I'm super, super glad with that. I think we got some fun stuff around the corner. Hey, how's it going, Aperture? It's my favorite fire-type Pokemon in the Pokemon games. Probably, Charmander, I think. Didn't I used to do trading card game unpacking videos back in the day, too? Yeah, I mean, you know, it's like this big trend nowadays, but, like, I've been doing them since, like, 2011 or 2012, I think. I think 2012. And they've sent me free products since then, too. Like, I've opened up some that weren't, like, you know, hashtag free product, but I did open up a lot that they've sent, which is great. Like, it's not just a new thing for me, which is why I don't really feel bad doing it. Like, I'm super chill with it. But yeah, I did them way back. That's cool. I think a TCGO opening stream would be neat to see. Yeah, I think it could be kind of fun. Like, it was neat. It was cool, like, seeing it. And one of the worries I had was, like, opening up the codes. Or not opening up the codes, but like entering the codes live on stream. It's like, am I gonna have to cover stuff up or whatnot? But no, it ends up like I can just enter them in advance and just have like the packs in my account that I can open. So that's cool. Like I can maybe do some of them, get them going ahead of time. So that could be kind of fun. Does Charmander's evolved forms know any fighting type moves? I don't know. Might be good to look at a Pokedex website. I know Marriland.com/Pokedex/Charizard would probably list, at least in Sword and Shield, if it learns anything. But there's other sites like Bulbapedia or Cerebi that would show it. I just don't know off the top of my head. I would assume it knows Brick Break. A lot of things know Brick Break. It's kind of a staple, you know. Yeah, I'm digging the music too. Gotta love OC Remix. Overclock Remix, baby. That's been a lot of fun. Incorporating a lot of OC remixes on my Diamond Adventure videos. Like back in the day, you know? Like back in the day. Because I used to love that. And it was really sad kind of when I came back to YouTube, or when I was off of it and had to kind of embed them on my website. Like, with OC Remix, the original terms were you can't use it commercially, which, you know, that makes sense, but it was always this, like, gray area. Like, is having ads on the side, is that commercial? Or is, like, YouTube and monetizing commercial? So I was sad when I kind of had to just, like, take them out. Like, that's why the Diamond Adventure Remastered videos are up instead of the original ones, because a lot of them I have the license for, like, using it non-commercially, but it kind of changed after I became a partner and all that, so... But now they've updated, like, you know, they've clarified it. It's like, yeah, it's fine, just give credit. So, like, huge props to OC Remix, Overclock Remix. But it's just been so much fun kind of going through, like, the music and stuff. And, like, kind of like the old days, trying to find one that's of a good length. Back in the day, I had to find ones that were, like, very exact with length. Because I could only speed up in, like, 200%, 400%, 800%. I couldn't, you know, do it just to fit to a song like I do now, so it was always a big challenge trying to find something that would work. Am I able to buy Pokemon cards at my local Walmart store? I haven't been in a local Walmart store in over a year, so I really don't know. I'm waiting until I get my second dose. I'm not going in anywhere unless I really have to. But that'll be on actually next Tuesday. So if I'm kind of tired on next week's stream, that would probably be it if I get some side effects. That's fine. It's fine. It'll be for the best for sure. And then I should be fully immunized on the 18th, which is great. Favorite Pokemon theme? Off the top of my head, like, let's say Xerneas' battle theme. Hey, how's it going, Patty? Any particular reason I haven't been rocking the beard lately? Yeah, I shaved it off in, like, 2018, I think it was. Because I was getting old, and it's like, you know what? It makes me look old. I shaved it off, and I look way young again, which is great. Love that. How am I doing today? I'm putting on a smile. That's how I'm doing. Could delay next week's stream to Thursday or something if you're getting your second shot on Tuesday. Yeah, I might like push it to the weekend or something. Like, I'll have to see. We'll play it by ear. You know, I'll keep y'all updated. I think what I'll do is I will, like, when I make the Ask in Advance post, I'll just kind of say, hey, it will probably be on Wednesday, but it might not be, you know? And, you know, it'll be whenever. And if I don't have it for a week, it's not the end of the world. Like, you know, health comes first. That's really important. But, yeah, it's probably good to start thinking about it, you know? Definitely important. Am I perhaps fond of Star Wars? I've watched the first 6, and they were okay. I know they're very iconic, especially, like, the original trilogy. I liked episode 3. But episode, like, 1 and 2 were, like, eh. And even, like, 4 and 6? Or, I'm sorry, 4 and 5, they didn't really do it for me. Like, as much. Like, I don't remember them. But I was kind of young when I watched them, I guess. I think I binged all 3. Back when I was playing RuneScape and just, like, grinding in a bank somewhere. Can you get a shout-out for fun? No. You can ask a question, though. I'll answer that. I mean, I guess technically that's a question. So I answered your question. I feel like episode 3 is pretty solid. I haven't seen any of the like, newest trilogy. 7, 8, and 9. I watched the Tom and Jerry movie in 2021. No, I haven't. I didn't even know there was one. Other than the Pokemon games that I'm looking forward to, what other games are you looking forward to seeing? Oh, man. I'm trying to remember. There were, like, a few I've seen that look like they could be kind of neat. There was, oh, what was it? One that had to do with, like, time or something. It was in the Nintendo Direct thing. Or the indie spotlight. It looked kind of neat. I don't remember the name off the top of my head. Shoot, what other games? Like, it's kind of weird. I haven't been super excited about a lot of games in a while. Let's see. Video games coming out in 2021. Like, I don't even have a PS5 or an Xbox One. Or One S, or X, or Series X, or whatever the heck it is. I mean, I don't have the others either, but... Alright, April, I guess we've done that. Oh, I guess kinda Shin Megami Tensei 3, like... I've heard mixed things about it, like the port, so I don't know, but I also heard they were kind of patched out. Like, apparently it was kind of a lousy release in Japan. Let's see. Oh yeah, Disgaea 6, that could be kind of cool. I need to finish a Disgaea game. Like, I really do. Oh, Chris Tales. That's what it was. That looked kind of neat. Yeah, it's weird. Like, I don't really see a lot. I mean, I guess I tend to like more of the indie games. Like, those are the ones that appeal to me the most. Like, I know a lot of people really like, you know, these super crazy AAA games, and, you know, that's cool and all, but I have so many games in my backlog that I just kind of want to work on those first. Maybe Wonder Boy Asha in Monster World? Maybe? It's kind of 3D. Like, I loved Monster Boy. Was it the Dragon's Trap? Is that Wonder Boy? No, Monster Boy and the Cursed Kingdom. That's what it was. I love that. Alright, what do I think of cryptocurrency? I really don't like it. I think its original concept was great, but I think it's just... I do not care for it now. Who do I think will be the next character for Smash? I really don't know. I kind of got everyone on my wish list. I really don't know. Probably a Fire Emblem character. Do I still play Terraria? End of the streams on it a few years back. Yeah, I do. Every now and then. I was playing with a buddy. We were going through, like, the creative kind of mode thing. The journey mode. But on master mode again. But yeah, it's fun. It's fun. I'm still watching TCG events on the official Pokemon YouTube. I actually haven't lately. I really should. Like, I watched some of them for Worlds and stuff, but just, I don't know, it's different with the pandemic and everything, so I don't know. But I kind of want to get into TCGO a little bit more, or at least, like, open up some packs. It'd be kind of neat to see some decks and stuff in action, too. Like, I might want to build a deck, too. Like, that could be a goal. I think that could be kind of fun. What am I currently playing off stream in my personal time? So I have a few games. I'm trying to be very focused when it comes to games. So, like, I have kind of a rule. Like, I'll allow one game per system, but I also make exceptions if it's, like, multiplayer for friends. So my Switch game right now is Trials of Mana, or Mana as they call it in the game. And I enjoy that. Like, it's been fun, actually. Like, it's really neat. Like, I tried a little bit of it on the Mana Collection. The original version, well, I mean, the original one, Seiken Densetsu 3, like, that didn't see an English release until the Switch Collection. Or, I mean, I think it was on other platforms, too. But, yeah, I mean, it was so cool seeing that, because I've heard great things about it. But playing this 3D version's been a lot of fun. Like, it's really neat. So that's my Switch game. My PC game right now is Bug Fables, but I haven't really had a chance to play that lately. But I want to get back to that. Like, I'm hoping probably this week or next week I'll have a little bit of a chance to finally do some PC gaming again. And then my multiplayer game I'm playing with a buddy is Diablo 3 on the Switch. And I'm playing hardcore seasonal. I got my Witch Doctor. It's been a lot of fun. Like, I think we just did Greater Rift 70s last night, which isn't huge, but it's still pretty neat. And then let's see. I think, yeah, I can play on Torment 16 on that too, which is nice. Am I perhaps fond of Earthbound? I enjoyed it all right. I'm not, like, as big of an Earthbound fan as a lot of people, but I did play through it fairly recently, and I did the 1 in 128 challenge, where I had to get all of the 1 in 128 drops in the game. So that was, like, 55 hours. But I did it, and never want to go back to it again. I think that burnt me out from it, honestly. That burnt me out. That's how it goes. Do I like Poke Jungle? I think I follow Poke Jungle on Twitter. Are the drawings at the end of your post-game Diamond Adventure vids done fairly recently? No. Everything on the end of those is actually done 14 years ago. Like, you'll see the year it was drawn at the end, and most of them are from 2007. So, yeah, those are, like, way back. I used to do those way back in the day. That was before I even got good as an artist. Like, I'm not good at all, but, like, I improved a lot since those days. A lot. Aren't you well aware of the Pokemon games you play? I don't understand what you mean. Favorite Final Fantasy game? Is there one you recommend? I've only played 7 and I enjoyed it somewhat. Oh, if you enjoyed 7, I really don't know. I mean, that's what a lot of people get into, and it's a good starting point. But there's a lot. My recommendations, like my favorites, are 4, 9, and 10. And they're all quite different from 7. I really like 4 for its simplicity as far as mechanics goes, and as far as its like storyline and characters. Like it's linear, but it gives a good experience, which I think is good. And it's not like overly confusing. It's just like, I enjoy it, but it's probably the most basic of the Final Fantasies, believe it or not. 9 is great. It's kind of similar to 7 as far as like, I won't say looks or graphics, but I mean, it's that generation, let's say, but it's more kind of like steampunk fantasy realm. And I love the characters in 9. They're wonderful characters and all that. So that's kind of cool. And then, I like 10 for its battle system, and it's neat. Characters can be questionable sometimes, but I still like them. I don't care. Don't judge me. You can judge me, it's fine. But yeah, 10's also pretty darn good. So yeah, my recommendations for 9 and 10. But if you like more, I don't know. I mean, 7 was a lot more modern as far as like technology and stuff like that. Like I like more of the high fantasy kind of settings. So, you know, all the ones I listed don't really have that. That's why I have a hard time getting into them. But yeah. Am I into D&D? I'm not really. I knew a little bit about it when I was growing up. Like, I think I bought like a D&D thing, like, what is it, like the starter kit or whatever it was, like the original kind. Like it was this big red book with a dragon on it, and they had a mode you could play by yourself. So I remember doing that when I was a kid, and it's like, oh man, I think I got it for $5 at like a Goodwill or something. But yeah, no, I tried it like once, like a friend brought it over, and it was really confusing. Like, it seems neat, like it seems like it could be cool, but I just never really either had the time for it or really got into it. But it seems like it's pretty comprehensive. It'd be fun. I bet you, like, with a good group, it's a lot of fun. Alright, well, anyway, chat, I think that's gonna do it for today. I think we're pretty much caught up with questions. I think we had a nice little sampling here. Again, I didn't really have too much to kind of mention this week, but that's fine. Not every week has to be like, you know, some super long thing. Again, these are just kind of like little status updates. Just little like, hey, here's what was going on. Here's what's new. And then we have that opportunity to just kind of interact and ask questions and stuff. So I think that's good. But yeah, anyway, thanks for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed, and I will hopefully see you next week. Again, if I'm tired or if I have to reschedule it, just so you know, I'm getting my second dose of the vaccine on Tuesday. So I might be feeling it on Wednesday. I might not. It might be fine. Like my dad, he got his second dose. It was different. It was the Moderna one. I'm getting Pfizer. So he had no problems whatsoever with the second dose. So that's great. So it's not like a guarantee, and I had none with the first, but you never know. I'm always prepared. I'm ready for it. It's fine. But, you know, just letting you know in advance if it's not next week. On Wednesday, we might push it back or just delay it a week. It's fine, too. But anyway, thanks so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time, whenever that may be. Aw, yeah.